Good morning, this is Paula with Pilates. Today we're going to review a couple of things we did last week and the week before. We're also going to keep adding on because that's what Pilates is all about, adding on and making what we have already learned a little bit better. I want to review a couple of things with you before we get started. So in the past couple of weeks, we talked about some key terms, one being imprint. Okay, so imprint, which we'll review during our warm-up exercises, is when we lay on the mat, our arms at our side, our shoulders are pulled down away from our ears. And the best way to think about it is you're trying to make a carbon copy of your spine through your shirt. So when you get up off of the mat, you should be able to see the emblem on the back of your shirt, the printing on the back of your shirt. You should be able to see your spine pretty much carbon copied or pushed into the mat. Okay, that gives you an imprint. That gives you a neutral position when you're lying down on your back. And we want to perform that today as well as make it better. Okay. Another thing I want to talk to you about today is alignment. That's another word that we used in the previous 2 weeks. And remember, alignment is making sure that everything is in a line. So when we're laying down, we're making sure that our shoulder, our elbow, our wrist are in alignment. We are also making sure that our hip bone, our knee, our ankle are also in alignment. Okay. When we're standing, it's the same concept. Okay. We may do a standing exercise today, and we do want to make sure that we start off in a nice relaxed position. Again, bringing our shoulders down so that our arms and our legs are in the proper neutral and aligned position. And then finally, I want to review and also help you discover a little bit more of is breathing, okay? So a lot of times in exercise, we tend to hold our breath to prepare for the exercise, but we want to refrain from doing that, especially in Pilates, because breathing helps us to not only perform the exercise, but to make the exercise work for us. So if you're holding your breath while we're doing certain poses because it's difficult, because it hurts, or because there's some discomfort, please don't. Try your very best to exhale, to breathe through it, okay? To inhale and to exhale, okay? So when we inhale, you want to remember that your inhales is you expanding your rib cage, and your exhale is you closing that rib cage, okay? Think about when you go to the doctor, okay? You sit on the side of the table, and they ask you to take a deep breath, okay? They ask you to inhale, your ribs expand, and then they ask you to exhale. Okay, your ribs come closer together. That's what we want to do during the exercises today, okay? So when I cue you and remind you to inhale and exhale, please remember to do that. I'm so glad you decided to join me today, and so let's get started. We're going to start off with our cap, okay? Hands underneath the shoulder, knees underneath the hips, okay? Remember that whenever we're in this position, we don't want a dip in our lower back, okay? We also don't want to start off in a rounded position, but we want to start off in a neutral position. Our knees are underneath our hips, and our knees and ankles are in alignment. Hands underneath the shoulder, fingers spread wide, okay? So drop your tailbone down, lengthen your spine, round your shoulders, press your palms into the mat, and then lower down back to a neutral position. And remember, neutral position too, a good cue or a good thing to remember is that your belly button is going to be parallel with the mat, okay? Belly button parallel with the mat. So round your back, pull your belly button in, push your hands into the mat. You'll feel the stretch right here, just underneath your shoulder blade, and then you come back to a neutral position. Now let's add our breathing. So we're going to inhale. Now we're going to exhale. Inhale, come back to flat back. And exhale. Inhale to flat back. And exhale. Inhale. Good. And exhale. And inhale. 2 more. Exhale. inhale, and one more, exhale. Pull that belly button in, round the back, push your palms into the mat, and inhale to flat back, okay? Next exercise we're going to do is called a prone scoop, okay? So I have on a more fitted shirt underneath, and that's to help you see what it's going to look like. So while I'm in this position, I'm going to show you how the exercise should work. When we are breathing into the belly, we want to make the belly as large as possible. I know. Never the sight you want to see for yourself. But when we exhale, we want to pull the belly button all the way in and streamline, okay? And this is the exercise we're going to do while we are on all fours, okay? So remember, when you hear me say breathe into the belly, you're going to make it nice, large, and round. When you hear me say take the breath out of the belly, you're going to pull it all the way in, belly button to spine, okay? All right, so let's go back to all fours, okay? We are in a nice neutral position, and now we are going to breathe into the belly. You're just going to breathe, so just breathe into the belly. Let's get a feel for it, nice and round, and exhale, take the breath out of the belly, okay? Breathe into the belly, nice and round, nice flat back. So I'm not breathing in and sinking my tailbone. I'm keeping a neutral spine, breathing into the belly. Exhale. Good. One more time. Breathe into the belly. Good. Now take the air out of the belly. Excellent. Now, the key to this exercise is the count and the breathing. We are going to breathe into the belly for a 5 count, and we're going to breathe out of the belly, or take the air out of the belly for a 5 count, okay? When we breathe into the belly, we are inhaling, that's what makes the belly round, for 5, and then we are exhaling, taking the air out of the belly for 5, okay? So you're just going to hear me say breathe in and breathe out, or air into the belly, take the air out of the belly. Okay, here we go. So put the air into the belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the air out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's practice that. Again, breathe into the belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the air out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's use the terms inhale, exhale. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now, the last part of this exercise is we are just going to hold the belly button tight toward the spine after the exhale, and we're just going to breathe naturally for a 5 count. Okay, so it's you holding it here, belly button tight along the spine, and with your rib cage tight, you're going to just breathe naturally for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you relax. Okay, so let's try that part, all 3 parts together. So breathe into the belly, so inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's do that again. Breathe into the belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, when we do this exercise, I may be looking at you so you can see my face, so you can hear my words, so you can see my lips move, so you can have a better understanding. But each time we're in this position, please always look down between your hands at the mat, just to keep your whole spine in a nice neutral alignment, okay? Nice long spine. So, prone scoop, whole exercise. Hands pressed into the mat, all fours, knees underneath the hips, same alignment, okay? Very repetitive. Helps us to remember. All right, so here we go, prone scoop. Let's breathe into the belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the air out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Very nice. Now come on down to your back. And now we're going to do imprint. Okay? So you're going to lay all the way down on your mat. Arms at your side. Okay? You, right here in this position, should be as close to an imprint as you possibly can be because your back is pressed into the mat. Okay? Now the tricky part about an imprint is when you start to lift your legs. So when you begin to lift your legs, the more you bring your legs in, okay, is the more your back will be pressed into the mat. But do you notice something here? We're not in alignment, okay? So we're starting off wrong when our knees are as close as they are here. And we want to make sure that we set ourselves up for success. So what we're going to do is make sure that we push our knees away so that our knees are up over our hips, and then our knees and our ankles are in alignment, and our arms are at our side, okay? Now, while you're here, you might feel that you're already working, and that's okay, okay? That means that you're in the right position to start. While you're here, you want to make sure that you cannot push your hands underneath your lower back, okay? Because that also means that you've pulled your belly button in, which is then pressing against your spine, which is then pressing against the mat, which is helping you to keep the imprint that you've already developed, okay? Now, imprint release, which is the exercise, is what we're going to do. And imprint release is what will allow you to form a semicircle underneath the lower back. So, it's us lowering our heels down to the mat, okay, as low as we can to mild discomfort, and with our heels hovering over the floor. As you can see, I have a little bit of space underneath my lower back, okay, and here. And now we're going to return our knees back to the start position, okay, and we're rotating through the hips. We're not just lowering our feet just so. We are keeping our legs at a 90-degree angle. We are taking our hips, our hip flexors, and we're allowing them to rotate, digging our tailbone in, which is allowing us to come up in our lower back, and allowing our heels to hover over the mat. Okay, and then we return back to our starting position. Okay, so here we go. Looking up at the ceiling, we want to release, lower our heels as close to the mat as possible, and then we want to return. Again, release and return. Good. Now, let's add our breathing to it, okay? So, when we lower our legs down, we're going to exhale. When we return our knees over our hips, we want to inhale, okay? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Make sure your legs don't come up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale. Good. And lower your feet down. Feel it right here down near your lower abdomen, don't you? Good job. Okay. Stay laying down on your mat. Next, we're going to go into our supine hip rotation. Okay? So arms to let our sides. Ankles underneath our knees. We're going to take our knee, drop it off to the side. I know you remember this one from last week and the previous week. Slide our pinky toe along the mat. Rotate it to the big toe taps the mat. And drag it back in. Ankle underneath the knee. Remembering that this opposite knee is not wobbly or moving all over the place. It is nice and still on the mat. So, drop the knee off to the side. Extend the leg. Rotate, big toe taps. And return. And it should feel really good after that imprint release because we put a lot of pressure here in our hip flexors. Or our hip flexors did a lot of work is what I should say. Okay, so drop the knee out to the side. Extend the leg. Rotate the pointed toe. And bring the ankle underneath the knee. 1 more time on this side. Inhale. Drop the knee off to the side. Exhale. Lengthen the leg. Inhale and rotate. Exhale and return. Good. Now let's switch to the opposite leg. Same thing. Inhale and exhale. 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 Inhale, rotate, and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Now we're going to do alternating leg raises. We've done this before. It's one where we raise the knee over the hip, lower and lower, okay? And then we breathe after each lift, and we breathe after each lower. So it looks like this. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lower. And it's where we also keep our spine pressed into the mat. We still keep our imprint, shoulders away from the ears, okay? So let's do it together. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lower. Keep your back flat on the mat, even as you lift, okay? Pulling your belly button in, pressing that belly button to the spine, and still breathing, okay? So your legs are helping you pull on your lower abs. Your breathing is helping you pull on your upper abs. And then everything is working together to stabilize those core muscles. And lift, and lower, and lower. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lower. last time. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lower. Good job. Now turn onto your side. We reviewed this in depth last week, and what we're doing is our spinal rotation move. So this is where our bottom shoulder is lined up with the back edge of the mat. Okay, remember that? And that brought our spine into alignment, our tailbone in alignment, our heels back as well, our hands became stacked. Do you remember that? I'm going to turn my back toward you so that you can see what I look like from the back. Okay? So once you're there, and again, remember, important part, bottom shoulder, push all the way back. Hands are stacked, okay? Then once we're there, then we lift our knees up to a bent knee position, okay? Bent knee position. And then what we're going to do is, we're also going to lift our oblique up on this one. So last week I may not have reviewed this part, but this is an addition. This is a progression to this exercise. You can lift your oblique and hold it for the entire time of this exercise. You don't have to, but if you want to, then you can. So you want to lift your oblique up. You want to be able to see some space. See, I can see some space here underneath my oblique. You're not going to see it because my shirt is getting in the way. But you can always feel for it to make sure it's still there. And once you get used to this feeling, you'll know when you've lifted or when you've sunken down, okay? So if you want to try lifting your oblique with me on this one, please do. So this is the one where we take our top hand away, we rotate, fingers, space between each finger, knees stay on the mat, chest is widening and opening. We allow the hand that has come away from the bottom hand, or the rotating hand, to hover over the floor. We take a single breath before we bring the palms of the hands back together. Okay? Let's do that again. We've taken the top hand away from the bottom hand. We've rotated. Allow the rotating hand to hover over the floor. We're looking back as far as we can. We have rotated our head along with the hand. We've taken a single breath, and then as we exhale, as we exhale, we're bringing the palms back together. Okay? Now, you're going to hear me breathe only. Good. One more time on this side before we switch. Very nice job. So come on up. Let's switch to the opposite side. Same thing on the opposite side of the body. Bottom shoulder, important piece, very important piece. Pushed all the way back. Hands are stacked. Knees are up. If you want to do the progression, lift or oblique the side muscles off the mat. And lay our head on the medius part of our shoulder while it's pushed back, just to be relaxed. And we're going to take the top hand away. We're going to rotate. We're going to follow the hand. Opening the chest. Feeling those back muscles rotate, twist. Okay? And 4. And bring the hands back together. Okay? Again. So top hand comes away. Rotate. Rotate our head along with the hand. Good. Allow the hand to hover over the floor. And then bring both palms back together. Okay, now let's add our breath. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Inhale. And exhale. Now you're just going to hear me breathe. Very nice job. Okay, turn it over to your back. We're going to prepare for 100. So 100 is an exercise with many variations. When we started with our feet on the mat, our knees in the bent knee position, our arms at our sides. Okay? With our arms at our sides, everyone, bounce their hands up and down for a 5 count. Okay? A 5 count inhale, 5 count exhale. And we did that for a number of 10 sets. I will count for you. I will remind you to inhale and to exhale. Know that you have some options with this exercise. So if you've done this with me before, or if you've done Pilates before, you don't have to stay here in the bent knee position. You can always bring your legs to a tabletop position, or you can extend your legs to a 45-degree angle. Okay? With your head can stay on the mat, or you can bring your head up to a C curve position with the scoop in your core. Okay? You pick whichever position you like. I am going to do the tabletop legs with the C curl position, and I will count for all of us. Your job is to make sure you inhale when I say inhale and exhale when I say exhale. Very important. Okay? So here we go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the arms, then lower them down. Lower your head down if it's in a C curl, and then lower your legs down. Good job. All right, now we're going to go into something called rolling like a ball. All right, so come to a seated position. Rolling like a ball is a very easy exercise, a very fun exercise, but I have to forewarn you that you have to breathe in order to roll up, okay? Some things to remember is you can keep your knees bent. You can also grab behind the knees, okay, for help, and that's okay, okay? Whenever we roll back, we're going to inhale. Whenever we roll up, we're going to exhale, okay? And when I say exhale, I don't mean I mean like a serious exhale. Almost like you're in the big bad wolf blowing down a little piggy's house, okay? That's the kind of breath that you really need to have to come up with that rotation, okay? So the full exercise starts out, everyone's knees are going to be bent regardless. You have two options with your hands. As I said, you can bring your hands underneath your knees to help, or your hands can come to the outside of your ankles, okay, with a little less help. Everyone is going to tuck their head. So I'm going to show you the tuck, and then I'm going to come back up so you can hear me talk. You're going to tuck your head as if you're trying to see your belly button. And your head is going to remain tucked. That's what's going to help you with your momentum as well, okay? You're also going to make sure, and as you notice, I kind of scooted my glutes forward because I know that I need to be as tight as possible in order for this to happen, and I'm hoping that you will be as tight as possible too. So I bring my ankles as close to my glutes as possible, and the back of my legs as possible, and then I lift my legs up, and I get as tight as possible. This is how you should look. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale and roll back, and then exhale and roll up. So, inhale. Okay? We'll do that for you again. Inhale. Okay? One more time. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Okay? Now, the goal is for your head, the back of your head, not to touch the mat. But if it does, it's okay. Okay? All right, so let's try it together. So whether that is your hands on the outside of your ankles or your hands gripped underneath your knees, you also saw me here so that my legs don't flail. Okay, we don't want this. We don't want that. So I also made sure that my thumb was on the inside of my ankle for a tighter grip. Okay, so I'm tucking my head, and let's inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm going to grip behind my knees. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's just do 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. How'd that make you feel? Hopefully a little excited. And it's fun for you. Okay, next thing we're going to do is our spine twist. We've done it before, okay? So that is where we came to a crisscross applesauce position. And we opened up our arms out to the side. Thumb up, pinky finger down. This is the same exercise that we did. Let me take my fingers out. This is the same exercise that we did when we imagined that our core was a washcloth and we turned 3 times to one side and we kind of wringed out the water out of our washcloth abs, and then we came back to the center and then we twisted 3 times to the other side. Okay? So when we twist, it's more like a crank and less of like just one full twist counting for 3, okay? So it is more so a 3, 2, 1, seeing a different position every time we twist on both sides, all right? As you saw, I had my arms out extended in line with my shoulders. I'm looking forward, okay? But if you find that when you have your arms out, that you look more like this, then feel free to bring your arms to a bent elbow position. Make sure your shoulders stay down. So I'm going to do both arms so that you'll see what that looks like. Everyone is looking forward. We're going to inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Okay? And now we're going to exhale for 3, for 2, for 1, and now inhale back to the center. Okay, now we're going to do twist to the other side. So exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to the center. Okay, now I'm going to show you with my arms extended, and you can pick whichever one you like. Okay, so my arms are in line with my shoulders. I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to exhale for 3, 2, 1, and inhale back to center. And inhale, now exhale for 3, 2, 1, and inhale back to center. Okay? So you pick whichever arm position you like. With my arms extended, it's a little bit more work. With my arms bent, it's a little less work, but that doesn't take away from the exercise altogether. Okay? So knees staying pushed towards the mat, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale. Now we're going to exhale for 3, 2, 1, inhale back to center, exhale for 3, 2, 1, inhale back to center. Now you're just going to hear me breathe. And now you can hear me breathe with my arms bent. Good job. All right, let's move on to our single leg stretch, okay? So we're gonna do a combo of 4 exercises here, starting with single leg stretch, laying on our back. First of all, our legs for the single leg stretch are gonna be in a bent knee position, tabletop position, all right? And our arms are going to be on the outside of our calves for this exercise. As I said, this is one of 4 exercises we're going to do succinctly. So one after the other, but I'm going to pause briefly before each one so that you have an understanding of what we're doing and we're not rushing through it, okay? I want to set you up for success, and so I want you to be able to understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how to do it so that you are doing it safely, okay? So single leg stretch. Hands are going to be on the outside of your calves, okay? If you feel most comfortable with your head remaining on the mat, stay there. If you would like to come into a C curl, okay, that's your chin is tucked, well not tucked, excuse me, it's hovering, and your head is elevated, hands on the outside of your calf, then you're more than welcome to do so. I will show you both, okay? So for a single leg stretch with my head down, you're simply going to extend one leg while pulling the opposite leg, okay, knee to the chest. Do you see how my leg is hovered? You want to point your toes, but if you find it difficult to point your toes, you don't have to, okay? So this is one leg, single leg stretch. Then we're going to switch it out. Then the other knee comes in for a stretch, okay? Now I'm going to go back to my tabletop position to show it with the C curl. So my head is up. I'm pulling one knee in, and then I'm switching it out. Notice that one hand supports the top of the knee, or the front of the knee, and one hand supports underneath the foot, okay? And then both hands support the other leg. Same thing, okay? Now I'm going to go back to the tabletop position. Breathing. I just want to introduce breathing here, okay? So if you've gotten the legs going, you know what position you want, whether it's laying on the mat or coming up to a C curl, continue to do the exercise while I talk you through the breathing. Every time your knees are together, you inhale. Every time your knees are apart, you exhale. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, okay? Now I am going to do the exercise with you. So again, if you're still doing single leg stretch, keep going with it. I am going to do it with my head down first, and then I'm going to come into a C curl, okay? So, hands on the outside of my calves. I am inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now with my C curl, and rest. Good job, okay? Now we're going to do the second exercise of these 4 succinct exercises, scissors, okay? So with your legs extended into the air, we're going to take one leg behind the calf, and we're going to pull it towards the chest, knee towards the chest. 1, 2, okay? It's a 1, 2 count. Meanwhile, this other leg is going to lower away. Okay, so you're going to feel a nice stretch in the front of your hip flexors, and you're going to feel the stretch of the other leg and the hamstring. Remember, don't grab at the knees. We never want to pull behind the knees when we're in this laying position, but we want to pull at the calf, or you can even pull behind the hamstring. I highly recommend the calf, okay? So, with your head down to start as an option, remember that your leg starts first your legs start together. While one leg is away, the other leg is coming in for a 1, 2 count. Then they switch. 1, 2. So if you notice, I'm pulling my calf, but my other leg is not touching the floor, okay? It's hovering. Here we go. 1, 2, switch, 1, 2. You can also do this exercise in your C curl. So 1, 2, the knee comes more toward the nose. Switch, 1, 2. Okay, let's do that again. 1, 2. See how it looks like shears of a scissors? And 1, 2. Okay. Now, I'm going to introduce the breathing. So keep with your scissors if you're there. Let's go with the breathing. So legs together. When the legs are passing each other, okay, you inhale. When the top leg or the leg closest to your nose comes in, you exhale, okay? They're passing, you inhale. Knee comes close, you exhale, okay? Inhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Showing you both options. And good. Bring your legs back to tabletop. If at any point in time when you're doing that exercise, you think it's too much to have your leg extended in this way, put a little bend in it, okay? 1, 2. That's okay. 1, 2. That is quite all right. Now we're going to move on to the third exercise, okay? The third exercise is called a twist. So we're adding on to an exercise we already did. So we already did the single leg stretch. Remember this one? Okay, we did that. Well, our legs are going to do the same thing, but this time our hands or our arms are going to come across the chest, okay? Our arms are coming across the chest so that we are not tempted to pull on our neck when we do this exercise, and we are fully encouraged to bring our opposite shoulder to the opposite knee, okay? So let me show you the upper body portion first. So we're looking up at the ceiling, our chin is hovering over the chest, our hands are making an X pattern across our chest, and I'm going to take my right shoulder to my left knee, okay? My right shoulder to my left knee. I'm going to pull it in. Now I'm going to take my left shoulder to my right knee, okay? Now, if, as you notice, I said I'm going to do the upper body, but my legs moved as well. I apologize if that was confusing. But when all I'm doing is pulling up my shoulder to each knee. Now, I haphazardly showed you the full exercise, which is opposite shoulder to opposite knee. And that's how it should be done. Now I'm going to introduce or explain the breathing part. You still breathe. Inhale, knees together. Exhale, knees apart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, okay? When you twist, okay, turn your head so your shoulder comes up and you get that full twist in your core, okay? And you're also breathing all the way out. Leg is extended, opposite knees a 90-degree angle. Inhale, exhale, okay? Inhale, exhale. You got a twist going on. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, okay? Good. Now lower your feet down. Fourth and final exercise in this series. So we did single leg stretch. So it's a single leg stretch. We did scissors, okay? We did the twist. And now we're going to do a double leg stretch. Double leg stretch, we're going to place our fingertips to our temples. I'm going to show you all the portions of a double leg stretch. And you feel free to do whichever portion your body encourages you to do at that time, okay? So for the arms portion, fingertips to temples. You're going to extend your arms above your head, thumb down, pinky finger up, okay? See, thumb down, pinky finger up. Then I'm going to turn my palms out and circle. Notice my legs have not moved. They're just staying here. Still holding my imprint. All I've done is just brought my arms above my head and circled, okay? If you are most comfortable with this position for your double leg stretch, that's awesome. You can stay right here. So we inhale and we exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay? If you'd like to do just your legs, okay, then you're going to make sure your shoulders are away from your ears, your palm is touching the mat, and you're simply going to take your legs from a bent knee position over the hips to an extended position, toes pointed. You'll feel a quiver here if you're doing it just right. Then you're going to pull it in, and then you're going to stretch it out. Okay? Then you're going to pull it in, and then you're going to push it out. Okay? So when you pull it in, you inhale. When you push it out, you exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale. Good. Okay. Double leg stretch, you guessed it, is putting them together. Okay? When you put them together, feel free to keep your head down. Okay? So it is extending your arms and your legs. Circle and pull it in. Arms and legs. Circle, pull it in. Okay? Arms and legs. Circle your arms. Pull your knees in. And then if you're feeling so inclined, you can always come to a C curl. Okay? So lift your head. Chin hovering over the chest. Fingertips to temples. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And lower your feet down. Good job today. So if you come to a seated position with me, let's sit crisscross applesauce. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Good job. I want to congratulate you for coming back with me another week to learn more about Pilates and to learn more exercises. As you may have seen today, I kind of rushed through a couple exercises with a little explanation, knowing that we reviewed those things before, and this week we're just adding on. Know that more of that is going to come. Because I want you to be a little bit more independent. I want you to learn how to do these exercises. I want you to practice them on your own. I want you to come back with me the following week so that we can continue to review them. And what I mean by review them, just completely do the exercise without me prepping you as much for them, because you would have already gained an understanding of how to do them and how to do them well. If you have any questions or concerns, please let us know. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you back here next Tuesday at 10. Have a great week. Keep practicing.